I have a confession.
Oh, man.
For the first time in, I'm going to say close to 35 years,
Wow.
I shit my pants.
Today?
No,
Man.
you have no idea how long I wanted to hop in the group chat with the boys and be like, you're never going to guess what happened. But I had to save it. I had to save it for tonight. I haven't fucking told anybody. And under normal circumstances, if you weren't a fucking psychopath, you would never tell this story.
Were you like demoralized or did you laugh?
First off, welcome to Incredibly Uncensored. I am Johnny B. Good, joined by my man.
And I am Mikey B.
Oh my God. All right, let's jump right into it. So last week, I was having people into the office. All right. I was having people into the office for a podcast for one of the other shows I produce.
Okay.
Okay.
Here.
Yep. Right here in the studio. So I don't know. Must have had a little bit too much butter on my steak the previous day. But I felt my tummy getting a little rumbly. I'm like, I got shit to do. No time for a bathroom break. I'm like, I'll just let this one out. Let the record show there was a little something behind that.
You were just so comfortable in your position. Like,
So comfortable.
Yep. And there was
Oh my God.
there was air after turd is what it was. That's what they call that. The air after turd method.
So I'm working through the process and I'm like, oh,
Oh,
it was like,
shit.
oh no,
Are people here yet?
not
No.
yet.
Okay, so
I was preemptively doing some work.
you're solo.
So the office was open.
Yeah.
There were plenty of people here.
No.
My guests had not arrived. So I kind of do the duck walk of shame strangely.
You look like a Frankenstein and a duck together.
I mean, we got people
Waddle.
up and down the hallway. Office doors are open. I'm like, morning. Hello. Good morning. I'm like, please, God, please. So I get my filthy ass into the bathroom. And so first thing I like check the pants that I'm wearing. I'm like, okay,
Immediately.
pants are okay.
This is all manageable.
This is an absolute win
Yep.
given the situation.
Yep.
So then I'm in there. Like, now we got to get into the business.
Yep.
So I check my drawers. I'm like, oh Lord.
Those gotta go.
Yeah.
Those gotta go.
So gingerly take those off. I'm not going to dispose of them
No.
in my office trash can,
No.
or in the bathroom. Cause I mean, there's only so many guys here wearing boxer briefs.
But now you gotta walk with dookie shorts somewhere. Like, you got a plan now.
So I go through the motions. I get myself cleaned up, just absolutely fucking hating myself. Like, you fucking piece of shit. What is the matter with you?
You're an adult.
I am a 43-year-old man. It is 2025.
This is what they say when things come full circle.
Full circle. I thought I had a couple of decades before I was worrying about this. Oh no, here I am at 43.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it.
You get one prostate exam.
Yeah.
And just,
Yeah. So I fold them up all nice and, neat as best I can.
Yeah.
Stuff them in my fucking pocket and do them. thoroughly
else
thoroughly
you
wash
doing
my
then?
hands. And I do the walk of shame out to my fucking car, drop them in the side door. Like, well,
Oh,
I will
yeah.
handle business with you when I get home this afternoon.
Man.
I was just like, oh, it feels so cathartic to get that off my chest because I haven't told
weighing on you.
I haven't told anybody. And it was earlier this week. And I'm like, God, I gotta jump
Oh.
in the pot. I gotta hold it. Use some self-restraint, man.
That's good self-restraint.
Woo!
That's
Yeah,
good.
because I mean, I was there. I think I even drafted a message in the group chat with the boys. And they're like, no, I'm deleting it. I'm holding on to this.
I'm not doing it.
Oh my God, how embarrassing. And here I am, broadcasting out to how many tens of people listen to the podcast.
You've had you've had some time to think about it now.
Oh,
So
fucking crazy.
It wasn't me, but I have a shit myself story.
Okay.
Guy that I worked with for quite a few years.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his way home. He's solo.
Yep.
He's on his way home, driving down the expressway. coming home from southern Michigan up here. So it's a
Sure.
45-minute drive or
Yeah.
so. So he's on his way and he starts getting that rumbly tummy. And he's
Yeah.
like,
Got the rumble
yep.
guts.
So he's like, God damn, he doesn't want to stop, but he's got the trailer and everything. He's like, I gotta stop. So he pulls over into this gas station.
Yeah.
Goes in there and he's like, as soon as I get out, he's like, my body's like going into go mode, you know? He's like, he's like,
Time to
yep.
evacuate the bowels.
He's like, so I run in there. He's like, hey, can I get your bathroom? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's broken. He's like, I really got to use it. And she's like, well, I'm sorry. Like, we don't have the key and it's locked from the inside and nobody's here to get it unlocked. And he's like, oh my God. So he jumps back in the truck, hops back on. And he's trying to find a gas station. Well, he's like about to burst.
Yeah.
And
this is where you're sweating.
Yeah.
Like you can't see straight.
So imagine you're by yourself driving down the expressway and he's like, it's fucking there. He goes, and I can't hold it. And he goes, you know what? I'm not going to shit my pants. He goes, if I'm going to shit my pants, I'm going to do it on purpose. So he's like, fuck it. And just, and just lets it rip while he's driving. Yeah. Down the road.
God.
Lets it
That's
rip.
your vehicle, sir.
That's what I said. But he goes, I am not going to let this happen by mistake. It's going to happen on my own terms. I'm a man, damn it.
I have never heard of somebody taking ownership like that. But you know what? Kudos to you. You stood firm. I'm going to own this fucking pants shitting right now. This is me doing it of my own volition.
Drawers ruined. Pants, I would have to assume, probably ruined.
That's a double washer.
At least. Yeah, you got to turn them inside out and do a pre-soak on those suckers, man. It was
fucking terrible.
Yeah, very, very alpha male of you, sir.
It was I don't even know that I felt like I was disembodied from the situation.
Were you looking at yourself from behind you?
Yeah, it was like a third person view.
Just looking down.
Just shamefully nodding my head like, how dare you, sir?
Did you just shit your pants?
You are 43 years old. What is happening to you? You are a pillar of the community. Which I'm not. I'm a lot of things that I am not.
Quite the role model.
But I was like, this is fucking crazy.
That's amazing.
I cannot believe I shit my pants.
I can't believe that's what I have to look forward to.
Yeah. And I mean, it wasn't like I full on dropped a deuce and my body just, I just have a massive log in my drawers.
Yeah.
But it was like, I absolutely trusted a fart when I should not have.
Yeah.
And so I am being very cautious with my body while I'm working through this process.
Little less butter next time.
Little less butter. I have low-key backed off the butter.
Or maybe an extra fiber supplement.
Yeah. That's a real distinct possibility.
Strengthen it up just a little bit. That's a fucking hysterical.
Fucking insane. So yesterday was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We know this episode's coming out on Wednesday, but we're recording Monday night for the sake of, giving me some goddamn time to edit all this crazy bullshit.
For sure.
But yesterday was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. It was
the world's okayest Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
When
your team is supposed to be there, it just feels like a massive letdown.
Yeah.
Years past, you go fucking 5-11 on the season. You were never really looking to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
But then you were still celebrating it because that's what Americans do. We celebrate Super Bowl Sunday. So you still enjoy it, pick your winners, pick your losers, buy your squares, do a little FanDuel gambling, what have you.
Yeah.
I just did not. There was no excitement yesterday.
No, my excitement for the Super Bowl has dwindled since we've become a possibility of being in the Super Bowl.
There you go.
And now we're not there. So it's like,
that's exactly it. Like, oh, fuck, we could have done this. We should have been there.
Because even before, like, we always had Super Bowl parties and we always enjoyed ourselves,
100%. And we watched some really good games.
Yeah, for sure.
The only reason night was not a good game. Well, unless you were a raving lunatic of an Eagles fan.
Yeah, and I would say the only reason that was a good game is because the Eagles won.
Yeah.
That was or no, because
the
Kansas City lost.
Yeah, the Chiefs lost.
That's really.
I don't really want to celebrate the Philadelphia win.
Yeah.
I will celebrate the Chiefs loss.
I did see a couple good highlight points from that game though, like
hit me with it.
Jalen Hurts coming from getting benched at Alabama for Tua.
Yep.
to come into the NFL and
Yep.
get himself a Super Bowl before Tua.
Yep.
It's kind of cool.
Absolutely.
Saquon Barkley going to the Giants and kind of like,
all right. That's perfect. Hold that thought. I want you to listen to something.
okay.
Because this was a message from Saquon's daughter
Mhm.
to her dad before the game. So I've got
Okay.
it queued up here. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
I really, really, really hope you win. And Daddy, I'm really thankful that you've been caring for your whole family, and I know you're gonna win. But if you don't, that is okay. I'll always love you. And Effie would always love you, and Mommy would always love you, and your mother and father would always love you. Our whole family would always love you, no matter what you do.
Saquon's daughter.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Wasn't that amazing?
It
You know,
is.
as parents,
Yeah.
you know, that shit, I'm just like, oh my God.
Well,
you know.
because that's kind of the aspect that you don't think about when these players leave and switch teams. I mean, I know New York and Philadelphia aren't far away, but your kids are
In
probably
conference rivals.
yeah, but I mean, your kids are probably moving schools, and
Yeah, of
your
course.
family's got to move, and you know,
Yeah.
you go through a little bit of shit, you know,
Yep.
hoping that it's going to work out. You
Right.
know, like a lot of them guys don't really get that home base, you know, where they get to
Sure.
go and stay, that Brett Favre treatment or
Right.
the, you know, whatever. They're bouncing around all the time, and it's like, man,
It was just heartwarming to hear because again, it does. You hit the nail perfectly on the head. It humanizes the experience.
absolutely,
You know, because
yeah.
we're watching it and we're like, oh, fuck this player, fuck that player, the piece of shit, da da da.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're still human beings.
Yeah.
They're still living life just
With
like we are.
lives, yeah.
You know, having kids, just trying to make their way in the world.
Yeah.
You know, these are still adult men, you know, with relationships and shit like that.
They just
And
happen to be professional athletes.
yeah,
Yeah.
so they're obviously in the limelight more, and they don't focus on their family a ton.
Right.
You know, but kind of hearing that, and I saw the clip on TikTok or Reels, something like that, and then I found it on YouTube so I could play it. But I'm like, man, that's super cool.
It is super
That's
cool.
super cool. And as a father, what visceral memories of being able to celebrate that win post game, the speeches with your daughter, shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Just really cool shit.
Yeah, and it's on the flip side of that. I've been watching some of the Saquon clips of
Yeah.
the old coaches.
Yeah.
Talking about how they would give up Saquon and, well, he's not going to be a 2,000-yard rusher or anything, you know, and then
Right.
he just goes to Philly and just absolutely
Dominates.
balls out. You know
Well,
what I mean?
And shame on the Giants.
Yeah.
What a poverty fucking franchise.
Gosh.
Because look at what you have.
Yeah. Oh my
Or
gosh.
had. Look at what you had
Yeah.
for years. Years.
Yeah. And couldn't, I mean, the guy just wanted to win, you know, that's all he
Yeah.
wanted.
And I
he
mean,
signed Daniel Jones to a mega contract. Like,
yeah. And you're just like, Saquon, see what you can get on the free market.
yeah.
And he's just like, all right, deuces.
I see. I'm going to Philly.
Fucking and wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I'm happy for anybody, I think I'm happiest for Saquon.
Yeah.
I think that's
so too.
I think that's amazing.
Dude's always been a class act. Obviously, he was in the Big Ten at Penn State, so we got to watch him often. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He was always just a stud.
Just
I
a
mean,
stud.
we were talking about last night how well he transitioned from college to the NFL, and he's
Yeah.
got that mindset, you know.
Well, and I'm glad that New York didn't break him.
Yeah,
You know, because obviously he is extremely talented.
for sure.
So wildly talented with all the things that he did this season during the regular season,
Yeah,
but then in the playoffs too. You know, just doing really cool shit. And he's so humble, such a nice guy, you know,
Yeah.
a family man, a dad.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess I'm gushing over Saquon a little bit, but
That's
I
okay.
want to celebrate somebody on the Eagles, and their fans are such trash. That
I know.
I want to focus on something good from last night.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of really good memes of Pat Mahomes eating the turf. Those have all been great
They have
today.
been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Something I saw, something like, if you would have had Allstate instead of State Farm, you could have been protected from mayhem like this. And it showed him getting the strip sack. I was like, oh yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're in it. I've seen a bunch of AI generated photos of him and Drake,
Yes.
of
Oh my
Mahomes and Drake
gosh.
sitting each
Yes.
other, like holding each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the halftime show.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kendrick Lamar's an amazing artist.
Mm.
Listened to his music for years. I thought that was a great halftime show.
I thought it was good too. Like, I mean,
thought it was fantastic.
we talked about it last night. I have nothing against him, but I'm just not a Kendrick Lamar fan. But I thought the performance was good.
I
You know,
thought the
I don't have
performance was
anything against
great.
it. I thought the addition of Samuel L. Jackson was cool.
As
You
Uncle
know,
Sam.
kind of like
Yeah.
directing it. You know,
Yeah.
from good to better to best. You know,
Yeah.
all the way along. That was just a cool add-on.
Yeah, I thought it was really neat. I thought it was great. There was a lot of symbolism there that I've been reading about.
Same.
You know,
Everybody was fully clothed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to like the old JT and Janet
Yep.
snafu, you know. Oh
I'd
no,
s-
nipples, something everybody has.
Hey, I was young and in love with her at that point. I'm like, I've seen her boob. I'm like, oh, was that a boob?
That was
My
a
da-
boob.
My dad was like, I didn't see nothing. I'm like, I seen it. I seen it.
That was very controversial.
Oh yeah.
That was very
You
controversial.
think it was on purpose?
Absolutely it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why she had the piercing like covered up the actual full
She
nipple.
had something like right around her nipple, like with the sun around it.
Well, that's how they were like getting around it.
Yeah, it was like custom fit nipple barrier.
Yeah. We have to cover the areola.
Yeah.
Don't look.
Don't look. Yeah.
Nipples, you see them every day
know.
when you get out of the shower, but
now-
don't look at them.
And now you see those damn commercials last night where you were like, hey, should you be watching this? Like, what the hell? What is this? Yeah.
So weird. So that was
Boobs everywhere. It was
who was it?
It was a mammogram commercial. It ended up being.
Yes.
So I was like, oh,
Yes.
okay, well.
Which is good.
Yeah. It was just boobs everywhere. It was
Save the tatas.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were people, they were exercising, they were doing bras, they were wearing revealing low-cut shirts and shit. I'm like, I think I love this.
It's my favorite commercial.
This is perfectly okay with me. But it was a really good commercial.
Yeah, it was.
You know, brings a lot of attention to it. And more attention on tits. I mean, that's one thing that doesn't matter if you're lesbians, gay, transsexual, straight as an arrow. We all love tits.
Yeah, everybody's going to look. No doubt in my mind.
They're universally loved.
Yeah.
And they're so necessary to the development of human life.
Yeah.
So rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, they're
Thank
good.
you for the tits.
Yeah, they're good through all stages of life.
Didn't think that's where this episode was going, but you know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I am thankful for tits.
Yeah, thanks for all of it.
And get them checked. Go get your annual mammogram, right? That's what it was all about.
Yep.
Get your annual mammogram. Okay.
Yep. Pull them up.
So, gosh, what was it at halftime? 20-0?
Was it nothing?
I think it was, yeah. It was. Yeah.
20-0.
I know it was nothing, but I think it was 20-0.
So you want to...
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I told this story at work of sitting over at your house.
Yeah.
And your son was gone for just a little bit. And he goes into the kitchen and he's like,
yeah,
17-0. Oh!
How did that happen?
Yeah, I'm like, I can feel your pain, pal.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. He was pretty ripped up. He wakes up this morning and goes, Dad, I don't want to go to school. Because he wears Chiefs clothing, swagoo all year long. And I respect it. Support your team, man. You love the Chiefs. No hate in my game.
Yep.
Huge Lions fan, wear Lion shit all year round.
Yeah.
But I said, you got to take the good with the bad, my guy. I said, and you were kind of damned if you do, damned if you didn't. And Jessica and I hit on the same point. If you guys would have won, they would have said, oh, you guys just cheated paying off the refs.
Yeah.
You would have caught that. You would have caught that straight bullet.
Yeah.
And then if they lose, they're like, fuck your team. You know,
you guys suck.
Yeah. Eagles beat your ass. You didn't score in the first half. Mahomes got sacked a bunch. I'm like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But at the end of the day, that's the way it works.
That's it.
That's sports. There's always going to be a winner and there's always going to be a loser. So welcome to the anti-participation trophy land. Because that's where you are now. You know, you didn't win. But I said, here's the counterpoint. When somebody starts giving you shit, was your team there? Are you an Eagles fan?
That's it.
No, I root for the Lions. Well, they weren't in the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, they were on the first round.
Right. There are 30 teams that didn't make it, little buddy. So you just tell them, be like, I didn't see your team there.
Yeah.
At least my team was in the dance. They had a chance. Your team wasn't. They were sitting on their couch.
Yeah. And we were, I got to watch my team.
Yep.
All the way to the end.
100%.
Doesn't that feel weird? It's the last football game of the season.
It's fucking terrible.
Oh.
Terrible. But it's not bad because in Michigan, you know, and when this episode releases, we're like entering Snowmageddon territory because we're going to get like more than 4 inches.
Yeah.
Which sadly I've never given to my wife. But
It's all about positioning.
It is. Just got to pump 3 or 4 times, and we'll get there.
Yeah, get it.
I don't know why I'm so hypersexualized tonight between tits and fucking talking about banging the old lady. I don't know what we're doing this evening.
Well, we'll see where it goes.
But it is incredibly uncensored. I mean, let's get back to our roots here.
It's true.
Last week we were a little tempered, a little more subdued, so we're trying to get back into it.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry, wives.
Yeah, my bad. Doing the best we can over here. But I'm trying to think where I was going with that.
I don't know. Sorry.
Oh, because of the Snowmageddon and everything. Yeah. I actually appreciate the fact that we have football season during the time of the year when you're kind of housebound.
Right.
Maybe not the early parts of the season. It's still nice. It's still fall. You're still doing things outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the last, 2 months of the season, it's pretty fucking shitty.
Yeah. And it kind of dwindles down in the best part of the season.
Yeah.
Because I remember at the beginning of the season, pulling the TV out on the back deck, watching games out there, preseason and whatnot.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't mind that. I have enjoyed watching the UFL. They're coming into their second season.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
The UFL is always enjoyable because at least I get a little bit of a football fix.
Yeah.
So I'll enjoy watching that. That's coming, I think, the end of March? End of March. Yep. So that'll be exciting to watch as well.
Yeah, and we'll get through March Madness.
Oh, super excited for that.
I know. That's going to be
Michigan
a good time.
And Michigan State.
Michigan's got a pretty good squad this year.
I know. Looking forward to that. That's gonna be a good time for sure.
Oh yeah, man.
Watching like the quad box here on YouTube TV.
Yeah.
Shout out YouTube TV. You want to sponsor us,
Hey.
I mean, we'll give you plugs every week if you just give me a free subscription because $85 a month is fucked. But anyway.
But really like your service.
We do love your service. You're a necessary evil, you bastards. All right. So I want to do a callback. 29 years ago.
Okay.
29 years ago, Adam Sandler, I think I got a sneeze coming. This is going to be crazy. It's either going to go away or I'm going to fucking blow this place up.
Ooh.
Stare at the light, stare at the light, stare at the light. I think I'm okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, listeners. 29 years ago, February 13th. So we're right on the anniversary, 1996. One of my favorite comedic artists came out with an album. And so we're going to go right back to one of my all-time faves. 5 minutes and 24 seconds of Incredibly Uncensored. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
All right, let's rock and roll. So we'll interject in here real quick. Adam Sandler, for those of you that only know Adam Sandler from Grown Ups 2, the Pixels movie, shit like that, he was one of the most hilarious fucking artists to come out with actual comedy albums.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a thing nowadays. They just release shit on Netflix or what have you. Well, back in our day, more so mine than I think yours.
No, it was mine too.
Okay.
This was big.
So you were going out and you were getting these CDs.
Yep.
And there were a few songs, but there was a shitload of skits. An absolute veritable shitload of skits. And they are so goddamn funny.
Still to this day.
To this day. And this, I think, lends itself to like some of my uncensoredness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because like I was 15 years old when this came out.
Yeah.
You would have been 9, 10 years old.
Yep.
So even more so for you. But like that was a very impressionable time where still as I'm in my 40s, you're in your late 30s, we're still laughing at dick jokes. We're laughing when people fart, laughing when people fall down.
Yep.
This shit is fucking hilarious.
It's so funny, dude.
Absolutely hilarious. All right.
Toll Booth Willie was one of my... God, so classic.
I didn't realize that the skit was 5 minutes and 23 seconds.
Yeah.
But it is fucking hilarious and so wildly inappropriate.
Oh, yeah. Well,
dear sweet fucking Lord.
He's got the song Medium Pace. It's talking about shoving the shampoo bottle up your ass. And then there's the goat. The goat that always gets his ass beat by the farmer.
Yes. I mean, just one of the instant fucking classics.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Dude, it's so good.
Didn't was the Hanukkah song on that album?
Yes.
Okay. So did he release 2 of those skit albums?
3 of them.
3?
The third one we don't really talk about. There wasn't anything too crazy good on that one. The first one is They're All Gonna Laugh at You.
Okay, yeah.
So that was the first one. And then What the Hell Happened to Me was the second one. So the first one came out in 93. The second one came out in 96.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty fucking hilarious. I highly recommend for those Zoomers that listen to our podcast, go look up these two albums from Sandler because they are so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
They're so fucking funny.
Man, that was a really good time for comedy.
Oh,
that
dude.
was, I mean, Saturday Night Live was banging, and even all them guys were just getting started together.
Yeah.
I heard Sandler and Jim Carrey have a Netflix thing coming on.
I saw something, but I felt like it was some AI shit.
Maybe.
It kind of felt like it was some AI shit, something called like Buds.
Maybe.
That's what I heard.
I don't know if that was the name of the one that I saw.
Yeah.
I thought my impression was that this was some kind of a series that they were going to do. But I guess
if they do, I mean, they're both masters of fucking comedy. So
yeah, I think it'd be really good.
Well, and I am looking forward to Happy Gilmore 2 coming out.
Yeah.
So that comes out this year. That's going to be fucking hilarious.
Shooter McGavin is on
Yeah.
X.
Yeah.
And he posted something on there and
Yeah.
had his swing out there. And what'd he say? Hasn't swung a club in a while. He looks rusty.
Yep.
The green jacket is mine or something like that.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh shit, we got pre-game trash talk.
Yeah, pre-game shit talking right now.
Yep.
It's going to be fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I didn't know. Have you ever seen Grandma's Boy?
It's been a long time.
So I didn't know that was actually an Adam Sandler production.
Yeah.
He just wasn't in it.
Right.
So when that movie was in the box office, it completely tanked because they didn't, like, nobody knew anything. But once it came out to DVD or whatever, that's when it made the most money. It made like $50 million or something after that.
Yeah, because it has like a cult following now. It's fucking hilarious. I see clips from it all the time, but I haven't sat down and watched the entire thing in a long time.
So I put it on Plex the other day because Kelly's never seen it either. So her and I are gonna watch it, but it's so fucking funny. There's this scene where they all walk into this vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
And the one guy's like, "Is this vegan?" And he's like, "Yeah." One guy's into it, and he's like, "All right, whatever, I'll give it a shot." So they all sit down, and the super flamboyant guy comes over, and he's like, and they're all at the table, and he's like, "What can I get for you guys?" And he's like, one guy goes, should we get shots? And he's like, "Shots of what? Wheatgrass?" And the the waiter looks at him. He's like, "Huh?" He goes, "Why don't you go choke on a cow dick, you red-shirted ass?" That scene is like burned into my brain. It's like a core memory, dude. And
That's
it's
awesome.
so fucking
well,
funny.
if it's on Plex, then I'll hop on and I'll watch it too.
Yeah,
because
you
that
have to see.
shit's
So there's a feature on there that says like watch with friends or something. We need to try that one day.
yes.
Like
yes,
click
we
it
do.
and see if I mean I don't know if what's involved in it, but
Who gives a shit? I'm all in.
yeah, I
Let's
figured
fucking
we can
do
give it a shot.
Laugh our ass
Maybe we
off.
can do it with that movie.
Yes, that would be a good one too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Does Kelly laugh at like juvenile humor like that?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes Jessica will too. I'll hear her giggling and I'm like, who the fuck are you? You don't ever laugh at this type of shit.
Yeah, she's got to get herself out of mom mode. Once she does that, you know,
kind of laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
I've even heard Jessica laugh at like some of the Seinfeld jokes.
Ooh.
Where it gets a little clever.
Yeah.
She'll let out a little chortle every now and again. And I'm like, I saw that.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't do nothing. I'm like, bullshit. I'm like, get that on fucking video. I gotta get my Wise cameras recording her.
She's hardened like a stone.
Oh yeah, she's like, fuck Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's not funny.
She doesn't like it because that's what I like to watch to fall asleep. Because Netflix will time out after 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So it's only on for like an hour. Whereas opposed like you watch other shows, it could be on for 2 hours, 3 hours, depending.
You don't set a sleep timer?
No, I don't. The kids broke the remote to the TV, so I only have the Fire TV remote.
Yeah,
and my TV in my bedroom's so old because I'm frugal. And
got another remote.
Yeah. So
and
I don't want to go buy a universal remote because it works well enough. And
so we have Roku TVs like in all the bedrooms, and on the remote is a sleep timer button on the Roku remote.
Those are pretty dope.
Yeah,
those are
it's very
dope.
convenient.
I have to fall asleep with some noise.
Same.
Very rarely, like, can I just lay down in a dark room?
I absolutely no. Like,
well, Jessica doesn't like it because I have some wandering hands. She's like, "You just watch your TV, leave me the fuck alone." I'm like, "That's legit. That's fine. I watch TV.
I can sit there and watch TV until I fall asleep.
Well, if I can't play with you, I'll play with myself.
Just play with the cock and balls." Just
Bri-
pull them out.
Don't forget to bite the balls, baby.
Just pull that hog out there, baby. Just pull it out and play
You know
with
he's
it.
got a big one.
And slap it around a little bit there. Just look right at her. Just make eye contact with me, baby, one time.
I'm gonna stare a hole through the back of your fucking head. I'm gonna work on tantric type shit, and I'm gonna try to make myself come just by staring at the back of your head, because that's the only thing that works.
That's the manliest thing ever. Just pure alpha male.
I'm just clenching.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to sit here and work on our Kegels while we're doing this.
Yeah, Kegels, yep.
We can do it. All right, now it's getting weird. I'm getting all hot.
Stop Kegling then.
I got to breathe through it. All right, so we're about midway through. We can bring the conversation back down and talk about serious shit. So one thing you wanted to bring up for this episode was talking about all the shit that's going on with the Doge department.
Yeah, because
in the
isn't
federal
that
government.
wild?
It is wild.
Like,
it is
holy
wild.
crap.
And I don't feel like, and you and I, we both do this every episode. Me more so than you. I am trying to be as impartial as I can with people as a grown adult. Okay. So I'm trying to judge people based on their actions and not my preconceived notions of them.
That's the adult thing to do.
One would think. So I'm trying to give, in this instance, in what we're referencing, Trump and his team an opportunity. And I'm trying to judge what he's doing based on how it aligns with my goals and morals and ethics and things that I think the government should be doing.
It's fair.
So looking at this Doge department, I go from 6 to midnight almost every fucking day.
And I don't know how you can.
It is just fucking boner material every fucking day. And it has absolutely nothing to do. This is not hero worship for Trump or Elon or any of the fucking people that are doing the things.
No,
it is purely for me. I'm only speaking for myself. The fact that they're finally putting a reckoning on all of this insane and reckless spending that is going to all sorts of organizations, groups, governments, what have you, that shouldn't be receiving American tax dollars. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That is exactly how I feel. There's just no two ways around it. The only thing I care, we have to get a balanced budget in place. Yeah. It has been too long that we have just been running at a deficit. And we're mortgaging our children's future.
100%.
If we don't get this under control, our children aren't going to have a government. They're going to end up living in a socialist society because the threat of collapse, because the government can't sustain itself.
That's it. That's so 100% it.
I'm so unbelievably stoked about what the Doge department is doing.
Yeah.
And that was kind of my disclaimer. So let's get into it. Let's talk about some of the things you've been made aware of and what have you.
So, I mean, I just want to touch on what you're saying too. Anybody could have done this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like
Clinton did. Yeah. And Clinton did a great job of it.
Again, like it doesn't matter like who does it. It just so happens to be like this team that's doing it. Yep. But like the thing that pisses me off is that there's so many people right now that they're finding out we're getting paid off and we're doing this and everybody was involved. Yeah. We've got what how many Congress members is it? It's like 186 or it's something.
There's 100 people in Congress.
And, okay. So.
And then there's like 400 and some odd in the House.
Sure. Yeah. Up there. But I mean, just
or
in
the Senate in the House.
Yeah. Just in your Congress alone though.
Right.
I don't know that they all knew, but I would think it would be safe to assume that 85% of them knew. And then people above them knew. And
or it was willful ignorance.
But don't you still know?
Yeah, but I don't attribute ignorance to malice as much as I do to all the other things that they're doing.
But nobody would question
And that goes back to the size of the government.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Okay, you're absolutely right there, because that's where everything would get lost. I think they
Right.
said what 60,000 people took the buyout.
Right.
Like, and there's still too much government. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that just like brushed the ones off the top that were probably going to retire anyway,
Yep.
like shit like that, and now you got all the other ones, but I mean, they're going to legit fire you. They're going to give you an option to take the severance package. And then if you don't,
Yep.
then they're just going to fire you. And it's like, now he gave him the go ahead to audit the Pentagon. The judge stopped a Department of Treasury audit.
Okay.
But
I haven't been following it close enough.
But it's only for a week. So
Yeah.
it's this, I don't know, it's a weird appointed judge who's, I don't know, seems more of a activist really instead of a judge, but block that for a week. So then he gave him the go ahead and go over to the Pentagon.
Okay.
And check that out. They wiped out the Department of Education. They want to give that all back to the states, which I think is going to be great, especially for people like my kids who go to a smaller school.
Yeah.
I think that budget is going to be a little more condensed to the state, and maybe we can get a little more funding for some other things.
100%.
I hope that's my hope.
Absolutely. Which is a completely valid hope, and hopefully something that goes through.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
And maybe get some people that actually give a shit, because you have a smaller Department of Education. You got somebody focused on Michigan, not as a whole.
We can double click into this for a minute. For me, we don't need a federal Department of Education.
No, I don't think so either.
And the reason being, I mean, you have so much regionality and hyper local shit, things that need to be focused on in one state maybe don't need as much of a focus in another. And it could be due in large part to immigration. It could be due to any number of things.
Yeah, the weather's nicer in places, so you do different sports there all year round, and some places you don't, and some places you need
there's just too many layers of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And all those layers of bureaucracy, if we can remove them and still have a functioning government, then that just proves they didn't need to be there.
Yeah, and make life better for all of these kids that are up and coming. You know what I mean? Give them a good education, give them a good sports department, and give them shit to do that's not going out and getting fucked up. You know what I mean? And promoting the drinking life and shit like it was for our generation.
100%.
Give them something else to do that's more productive.
Yep.
Don't make them all be little fucking manufacturing slaves.
Right.
This is the era of technology. You know what I mean? We can throw money into computers and AI and little engineering
all
things,
of the things.
And anything that you can do, for even these smaller schools. I hope that's one of my hopes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something like that happens, because again, it's our kids' future at this point. Like, we know what we're gonna do and kind of what's going on, and like we're gonna figure it out no matter what.
But we're also engaged parents.
Yeah, right.
So we would take a different stance without government intervention. For all intents and purposes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's double click into, because you probably have a better memory for some of the stuff than I do. Well, I mean, and I can look stuff up as well. I decided, why don't we start using the computers how they're meant to be used? But that's neither here nor there, Coffee McGizzle. But, the USAID, the United States Agency for International Development, and the absolutely insane spending that was just being promoted throughout. Like, the worst part is that, like, it truly is tax dollars. No matter how you shake it and how you try to massage things, at the end of the day, the United States federal government runs on tax dollars.
Yeah.
And with that, you're telling me that we're spending almost $50 billion annually with all of these crazy things. And give me the top three that you recall.
Oh man. So $600 million every 2 months to pull illegals in to our country.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
$600 million every 2 months.
Who is it being paid to?
That was for 2 years. I'm not sure. That's probably like the buses and the hotels, and they were giving them like Uber Eats cards and shit.
Jesus Christ.
So they could order food from Uber. Cell phones, like all kinds of shit. They just uncovered today that there was up to 100 people using the same social security number and was able to vote in Arizona.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, they just found that out today.
Okay.
So now they're trying to come up with an algorithm where you can't have two of the same social security number in the same voting system,
Right.
which you think would have been fucking top number one when they initiated this Dominion electronic voting system,
One would think.
you know?
One
And
would
it's like,
think.
there's just, I don't know, voting, the whole voting thing is a whole nother thing. I don't understand why you wouldn't just do paper ballots in an ID, because now you can't fuck with it.
Right.
You know, it's like, that's just the most foolproof way. Oh, well, that people got to count. Like, it's not going to take you that fucking long. Get a team of people to count the
Right.
goddamn what.
Scantron was a thing for a long time.
Yeah. And it's
Very
like,
simple thing.
so another one that I saw, some of these are funny and sad at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So one was, I don't remember if it was Syria or Turkey, but it was $20 million to see the personality differences in lesbians that smoked flavored cigarettes. $20 million. And like, that just seems made up.
Any red-blooded American that hears that, you should be outraged.
Doesn't it just seems made up? Like,
yes.
Is there really a foundation for it, or was somebody just like, hey, let's see what we can put this down for?
Yeah.
And some dude was like,
and he gets $20 million.
Yeah, $20 million bucks.
Unfucking believable.
Well, even fucking Zelensky from Ukraine just came out and said that 58% of the funds that we sent over there, he never saw.
Oh.
58%. So over half.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. So
I'm so surprised. This is my surprise face.
Yeah. So it's like, where the fuck did it go?
Yeah.
You know? We had a study done on transgender pet personalities.
Yep. It makes perfect sense.
Like,
I don't care if it was $1.
No.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much.
But it's like, and that's, whether it's $1 million or $5 million or $20 million, some of them, I mean, and the fucking thing is, dude, is that this is just skimming the top of U.S. aid. Like,
right.
We haven't got into the Treasury. We haven't got into the Pentagon. We haven't got into Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security.
Looking at it from my perspective as a real estate professional, the amount of space that they are just spending tens of thousands of dollars on for these hundreds of thousands of square feet of office space that are largely unused and empty. Like, you got to get that off the books.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy. We're leasing out just so much space all over the place.
Yeah, and all these buildings are shutting down. They're already like taking the letters and shit off of them and probably trying to figure out what to do with them.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, we're going to have a bunch of empty buildings around here.
Who cares?
But you know what? I mean, and the thing that fucking pisses me off too is like, they're always talking about Social Security being drained and like all these different
it's fear
things being drained. And it's like
fear tactics.
It's like none of this is even true. Like, all of this could be fully funded,
right?
You know, and it's like, God, they just turn everybody against each other, you know, for all this different shit, and everything behind the scenes could be solved. It's just frivolous spending and greed.
Yeah.
And all these people trying to pat each other on the back, you know, oh, nice job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And none of them live in the real fucking world.
Nope.
None of them go grocery shopping and go wash their car and take kids to school. None of them fucking do any of that shit.
And
it frustrates the fuck out of me so bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, and it frustrates me if people defend it, because I'm like, what? Like, are you real? Is that really what the propaganda war machine is? Like, it just fucking rots your brain out to the point where you can't even see like what's in front of you. And it's like, can you imagine life without fucking income tax? Like, come to find out, you don't have to tax people that much for all of this to happen. We pay more than any other country, and we're not the wealthiest ones out there. Like, these Middle Eastern countries with all this oil money.
Yep.
Fuck, dude.
Well, and I hope this is a reckoning for the American people.
I hope so.
To truly realize, and I hope that this is recorded in the history books, that it is untenable for the United States government to not run at a balanced budget. Like, at this point in time, I don't ever want to see a budget that is not running with surplus.
It doesn't. It should be able to. Like, I mean, at this point,
that's what I mean. You can't have this many people employed by the United States federal government and expect the rest of private industry to prop you up.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
It's insane.
And at the point when before Doge took over and started this whole thing, we were like literally just able to make our interest payments on our debt. So now with all of the savings, in theory,
and we barely have that.
Yeah, I know.
We barely have that.
I know.
Things have gone completely fucking sideways there.
Yep.
So
I don't know. I hope that we can get this back on track. The cool thing is that Elon is super transparent and posts a lot of things on X.
Does he?
Like, like very frequently about different things that they found, like in real time. I mean, different things that they're finding. I mean, I could probably get on there right now and he's probably just.
The waste, fraud, and abuse makes me so mad.
And the thing, then you got fucking like Bernie Sanders out there making these commercials, like trying to gaslight everybody,
right?
Saying that Elon's hiring these guys and they're they're stopping agencies that are helping the American people. Like, dude, the new director of the VA is on X right now saying that they just canceled a $17 million contract with fucking Politico or somebody. It was a $1.7 million contract with Politico and said that this money would be better well spent on our veterans. Like, how can you even put out a commercial like that? Like,
well, in this, the part that I hate is that all the conspiracy theorists are right.
Yeah.
When you talk about like the bought and paid for liberal media.
Yeah.
Like you're literally telling me that Politico had money coming to them, not only through USAID, but through the fucking VA as well. Yeah. Like, come on, man. That's crazy talk.
So they had, God, what was it? $8 million or something that that USAID was splitting up between these different news agencies, you know, and basically buying them seats inside of the newsroom. And it's like, if you're buying the people that are there at your news conferences, you obviously have some type of influence into what they're going to report.
That's right.
You know, and that just seems like very common knowledge.
I have no problem with anybody. As Americans, we are free to insult whomever we so choose without being libelous, right?
Right.
You know, we can say, I don't agree with him or I don't like his stance, or her stance, right?
Right.
That's a completely legit thing.
Right.
But the problem now is everybody is so pitted against one another. And I see that on my social media feed. And that was the last thing I was going to bring up tonight was, for me, I can't be outraged about everything.
Right.
Because if you're outraged about everything, then you're not really outraged about anything. That's just your standard operating status.
It's true.
So for me, like, I care about a balanced budget. You want to know why? Because that has long-term effects on both me, my children, one day my grandchildren, things like that.
Yeah.
We can't continue to operate the way that we're operating as a nation.
Right.
You know, we're going to end up becoming a welfare state because we're going to be taxed so heavily to keep the operations going that it's just going to continue to snowball out of control.
Yeah, we can't keep printing money. Like we have to come up with a plan here to stop doing this.
We have to stop spending.
Yeah.
We have to. And if we are going to spend, we need to spend internally on infrastructure, reinvestment, you know, bringing manufacturing back, if that's the way it works, building data centers for AI, nuclear power,
right.
You know, cold fusion, whatever the thing is, we need to be the ones that are leading this push as opposed to being the ones that are just reacting to, oh, China's doing this, Germany's doing this. Oh, we got to catch up. You know, that's what I don't want.
And in order for that to happen, we have to let people outside of our country know and make them feel confident about building that here.
Yeah.
You know, that, hey, we have good American workers that want to work for you, you know, if you're going to provide a good wage.
Right.
And that's what we want. We want good companies to come here who are going to have a good livable wage, health insurance, retirement. You know what I mean? We want places to offer that for your people. Like health insurance is a big fucking deal, man, especially for people our age.
Absolutely.
You know, that have families and stuff. Like that's huge.
Yep. I couldn't agree more.
Yep.
Could not agree more. So, all right. We had enough serious shit.
All right.
You want to finish off the episode with one more song by our buddy Adam Sandler.
Yeah, which one are you thinking?
I got a good one. Let's see if it pops back in that memory brain hole of yours. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
There
There we go.
Oh, that
I
old
sing this
piece of
song
shit.
all the time.
Yes. I used to have one of these, actually.
Ode to my car, Adam Sandler, baby.
Yeah.
I bet we're going to get copyright striked on this entire fucking episode.
Oh, maybe. What if we give copyright to Adam Sandler?
Sure.
Yeah.
Piece of shit car.
I got a piece of shit car.
Fucking
shit. Never gets me very far.
I love this
I love
song.
this so much.
My car's a big piece
It's just a
of
jammy song.
Cause
I
these
know.
shots are fucking
Like, we'll be out by
shot.
the pool and just fucking jam into this.
Yes, we're gonna this year, baby. We're gonna.
I got to
This is going on the playlist.
Oh, yeah.
We got Sullivan King, Beach Boys, Adam Sandler.
Yes. Yes. Please.
Crack.
Big fucking crack.
And the interior smells real bad, cause my friend puked in the back.
I love the back. I love the backup singers.
Piece of shit
They're so good.
So good.
He sucks royal dick. 100% crack.
His movie, Billy Madison.
Car.
I could say that whole movie verbatim.
100%. Word for word.
Only got the 8-track.
I used to have one with an 8-track.
Good job.
Whoever designed my car can lick my sweaty nutsack. And I got no fucking brakes. I'm always way out.
I bet
of
Adam Sandler's a fucking
control.
beast in the bed.
Oh, yeah.
11 times a day, I hear, hey,
You think he
watch
does
it, asshole.
impressions in bed?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's Toll Booth Willie.
Yeah. I'd like to see him be the count. I'm coming.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, what the fuck did I do? What the fuck did I do?
Oh my God.
What the fuck did I do?
fucking good.
To get stuck with you, you're too wide for drive-through, and you smell like tissue. But I'm too broke to buy something new. Oh, fuck me.
Like, I always thought it was funny because the music is so good.
Oh, it's
You
so
know what
good.
I mean? He's just jamming on the guitar and stuff.
He's such a phenomenal entertainer.
I know.
So good.
Did you see his song on Netflix about phone wallet keys?
From what?
Phone wallet keys.
Yeah.
That's so good,
Yeah.
dude. I'm like, I could actually put like, I could hang out to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Door locks are busted. I got to use a fucking coat hanger. And if a girlie sees my car, there's no chance I'll ever bang her.
Oh, I thought it was Dater.
Hey, shut up.
Never ever get the pussy.
Ever.
Piece of shit car.
And this is what we grew up listening to in like middle school,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I would never want my kids listening to something like this.
No, probably not.
I mean, realistically, this is why I'm so hesitant to give them a phone.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things on there.
So good.
Yeah, get ready to, if you're going to do the phone, get ready to start having some real
Oh yeah.
parently conversations.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put on my parental pants.
Yeah,
Not
you-
the ones I shit in.
Or make him put those on as an example.
Ah, there
Yeah.
you go.
You gonna do some dirty stuff on there? You got to wear my shitty pants for the rest of the night.
You have to hand wash my sharded in underwear.
You have to turn my pants inside out and wash the stains out. Bet you he'll never go to that
Ooh.
website again.
I'm so unbelievably mortified about that, but it's also hindsight. I mean, can't go back in time and fix it.
No,
Can't not fart.
I mean you learned something. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never trust a fart.
Ever. Yeah. Ever.
You got to low key like squeak that fucker out. You got to slow roll it.
Yeah. But you gotta, if you're gonna slow roll it, you still gotta squeeze them together a little bit. You don't want anything to fly out. It's air after turd, and like you don't know that there's a turd there until after the air's coming out. It's like,
Son of a bitch.
just punches the back of your underwear. Like, God damn it. Did it again.
I hope I don't have to say did it again for like another 35 or some odd years.
I hope so too.
That was wild. Thankfully, I don't think anybody in the office listens to this pod,
That's good.
but I'm sure it'll come back to me at some point in time.
Yeah.
What a hot mess. All right, well, that's all I have for tonight. You feeling good?
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, we're on our Super Bowl kind of post hangover day.
Yeah. Well, we've got hopefully some good basketball
Yeah.
and possibly some good hockey.
Yeah.
Here coming up.
Spring training starts for the Tiggies, Motor City
Tiggies?
Kitties.
That's end of March or something
Yeah.
ish.
Yeah. Down there in Lakeland.
Yep.
Yep. Because the first game's usually the end of April, beginning of May.
We passed the past couple times we went to Florida. We ended up passing through there.
Yeah.
Past
It's a lot of fun down
Oh,
there.
dude, it's awesome.
It's a lot of fun. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, because it's cold up here. You go down there, it's fucking beautiful. I'm like, no wonder they come down here and play baseball.
Yeah, 100%. Without a doubt. What do you want to do? Play in a dome in Traverse City? No thanks.
Absolutely not.
No thanks. So, all right. Well, I guess that's it, man.
Yeah, dude.
Any closing thoughts? Anything that's just really weighing heavily on your mind?
No.
Okay, me neither.
I feel good.
I feel good too. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Mold. Worked all day.
Yeah.
That's life, man. Life in the fast lane is what we do. That is what we do.
It's Monday, baby.
All right. Well, this is Incredibly Uncensored. I am Johnny B. Good, joined by my man.
And I'm Mikey B.
We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.